A presentation of Lanyan and messages, a token of love and appreciations for our chief guest, guest of honor, and president. I would like to request our artists to kindly come on stage and give away the token of love and appreciation. Our president went down to receive our guest of honor, Professor B. Kuthyala. So I would like to request everyone to wait for a while. We will be proceeding with our program. So now we will be having the lighting of lamps by dignitaries, and so I would like to request our chief guest to kindly come forward and lead the candle. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind gesture. Lighting of lamp is a testament of positive, ushering a positive energy. Thank you so much, sir. And now moving forward with our program, we will be having a welcome address, and I would like to request Mr. Johnson Rajkumar, Faculty Department of Mass Communication, to formally address the welcome address.
A very good morning to everyone. It's a great pleasure for the Department of Mass Communication to welcome each one of you to the National Conference on Changing Media Landscape and Society. First and foremost, I would like to welcome the chief guest of today's function, Professor N. Lokendra Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University. Thank you, sir, for taking your time out from your busy schedule to grace this occasion.
Our chief guests of the functions have also finally arrived. Our former Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal, Professor B.K. Kuthyala.
I'll start all over again. A very good morning to everyone. It's a great pleasure for the Department of Mass Communication to welcome each one of you to the National Conference on Changing Media Landscapes and Dean School of Social Sciences, Manipur University. I would also like sessions. Dr. Ashalata Devi, Associate Professor, Department of English and Cultural Studies, Manipur University. Professor V. Ratmala Devi, Ratmala, Department of Mass Communication, Mizoram University. Dr. Alfred Hussain, Associate Professor, Department of Mass Communication and Journalism, Assam University. Professor K.H. Kabi, Department of Mass Communication, Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh. Dr. T.H. Bharat, Associate Professor, Center of Study of Social Exclusion and Inclusive Policy, Manipur University. I also take this opportunity to welcome the participants from different colleges and universities from all over the country, and especially for those who are joining us online right now. I also extend a warm welcome to the faculty members of Manipur University and learned academicians who are present here today. Lastly, I welcome friends from the media who is providing coverage for today's function. We have an exceptional lineup of invited speakers and look forward to a day full of engaging discussions and interactive sessions. Once again, I, on behalf of the organizing committee and Department of Mass Communications, welcome you all to the conference. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson Rajkumar, Faculty, Department of Mass Communications, for warmly welcoming everyone. And moving forward with the program, as our chief guest of the functions has a very tight schedule, our chief guest will be delivering his speech, so I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University, Professor N. Lokendra Singh, to kindly share a few words.
Thank you very much. Professor B.K. Kuthiala, former Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal. Professor T.H. Purnima Devi, Dean School of Social Sciences. Dr. R.K. Lilavati, Head Department of Mass Communication. Learned faculties, learned deans, distinguished invitees, all the learned resource persons, academics, scholars, and ladies and gentlemen. I must congratulate the Department of Mass Communication for taking up this particular theme of changing media landscape and society for a national seminar today. The theme is so appropriate and it is so relevant in the context of contemporary society in India in general, but particularly in the context of Manipur, because what the thinking persons in Manipur have seen in the last 11 months, and also learned people and people who are sensitive to the media informations and the other means of communications throughout the world, they have been seeing and they have been listening, and many of them have been very closely monitoring the development in this part of the country, and the relationship that these happenings in Manipur is seen to be having with various developments in the socio-political processes of our eastern neighbors, particularly in Myanmar. And what the media had projected in a very powerful and a very forceful way of the happenings and the developments in Manipur in the last 11 months had considerably influenced the public opinion for quite some time in the state of Manipur, among the thinking and people in the corridors of power among the neighboring states, and also all across the globe. The spin that the media had given, the way of how the like technologically advanced media had given, round the clock, 24 hours in a day, by Notice Times, India Today, NDTV, and so many other national and international television channels, plus the print media, including many of the prestigious and very well-established and well-respected national media, including Hindu, Indian Express, Times of India. The spin that the media had given in the first 3-4 months of the socio-political developments in the state of Manipur, it had thoroughly dismantled, it had thoroughly twisted the socio-political history of the ancient state of ancient kingdom of Manipur, which the historians, the social scientists, the academics and the scholars in the last half a century have reconstructed very systematically, brick by brick, and century by century, the image of a state, the idea of a small state, which was always projected to be an inclusive, multi-ethnic state, which the people have inherited from the past, that entire thing, the idea which had been very well established in many of the textbooks as well as in many of the well-established and well-written books which have been read and which have been accepted as a very authentic book, have been very rapidly and very swiftly distorted, twisted, and dismantled. And that is the power of the media, the contemporary digital media that we are having. The earlier, the traditional media, print, radio, and even television have been sidelined, and in its place the new media of social media in various forms, internet, completely replaced it. And this is a very exciting and this is a very interesting phase of the growth and the development of the Department of Mass Communication in Manipur University. And this seminar must provide a platform through which how the media has taken over as a very potent and a very powerful means of communications, and how the media had influenced the global public opinion just in a matter of few days, and how that had also impacted in a way in the policy formulations of the people in the corridors of power in Delhi and in many other places. And in fact, this changing landscape of media and the role that technology will be playing has been a theme of much discussion, and it has been a theme of very extensive debate all across the globe. I remember way back in 1970s, Alvin Toffler had written about the future talk of how the speed of the technological changes has overtaken the speed of human and other psychological changes, and the kind of transformative role that all these technological changes will be playing in the policy decision, in the kind of the growth trajectory and development trajectory of various countries all across the globe. And of course, I'm not from this field of mass communication, but nevertheless, I keep seeing so many, articles and write-ups in this area. And I think it's a very exciting time for many of us. I mean, all of us who are interested in research, all of us who are in the social sciences, we are actually very close observer of what is happening all across this country and the world. And therefore, it's a very exciting time, and this seminar should provide very opportunities for the academics and other scholars to discuss, to debate on a number of issues that the media has been playing in the overall socio-economic and political changes and the rapid transformations that all these societies have been taking place, and how the media has emerged as a very potent power in order to, build up public opinion, which also necessarily and automatically impacted on the policy decisions of the policy makers. I will not say much, but let me take this opportunity on behalf of the university and the Department of Mass Communication to welcome Professor Kuthiala and all the learned invitees. And we are so pleased to see all the distinguished invitees here, and we hope that today will be a very exciting time for all of you, and I wish that all of you have a very pleasant and a very stimulating discussion throughout the day. With these few words, I want to thank all of you once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University, for your words of appreciations and the important role taken by the media. Thank you so much once again, sir, for making out the time despite a busy schedule. Thank you so much, and we're going to proceed with the program. And before we start off with the program, I would like to also request Ma'am Madhu Kutyala to kindly join us on stage. And we also have a token of love and appreciations for our Professor K.B. Kutyala, who has come from a long way here just to attend a conference for the Department of Mass Communication. So I would like to request our assessors again to kindly give away the token of love for our ma'am, and then also for our Professor K.B. Kutyala. And this special token of love is for our Professor B.K. Kutyala, who has come a long way just for us. Thank you. Thank you for your kind gestures. Moving forward with our program, we will be having a keynote. And before that, I would like to read a few biodata of our Professor Brij Kishore Kutyala. Professor Brij Kishore Kutyala has been a teacher, researcher, and academic manager for the last 52 years. He is a social scientist, researcher, and a teacher, and was trained at Films and Television Institute of India, Pune, and also at the Indian Institute of Mass Communication, New Delhi. He has taught human communication, journalism, and media at many universities and institute of higher learning. He has held academic and managerial positions like head of department, dean, proctor, director, public relation, dean academic, coordinator, foreign students director, and vice chancellor, etc. Professor Kutyala initiated innovative graduate and postgraduate courses in journalism, advertising, printing technology, digital media, and content production. He has taught at IIMC New Delhi for 21 years, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra for 6 years, Guru Jambeshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar for 11 years. He was Vice Chancellor, MC National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal for more than 8 years. He has reputations of an institute builder and also of an innovator in teaching methods. He has many research reports, books, booklet, and papers to his credit. He also does popular writings about social and cultural issues in addition to subjects related to media and entertainment. He has also produced documentaries, TV, and radio programs. Presently, he is the chairperson of Haryana State Higher Education Council, where he has launched many activities to make higher education more relevant to the society of today and of future. More than 40 books are authored and edited by Professor Kutyala. He is also the chairperson of Bharatiya Chitra Sadhana, a not-for-profit organization dedicated to promote film production with Indian ethos and to use film medium to celebrate diversity, to create an integral social system. He is also the director of Panchnath Research Institute, a forum for intellectual dialogues. Internationally, Professor Kutyala has represented Bharat in 21 countries in the areas of education, media, Sanskriti, and civilization. Many organizations have honored and awarded him for his distinguished contributions. In all, he has 52 years of experience as a teacher, researcher, administrator, and also as a social activist. He was born and brought up in Shimla, and at present he is 75 years old. So I have the honor called on the lectern to deliver the keynote speech, Professor K.B. Kutyala, former Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal.
Namaste. Namaste. Let's not be in an environment of a formal seminar. Let's be friendly and talk to each other. That would be better. Me and my wife Madhu feel so happy to be here. A beautiful landscape and very hospitable people. And I'm so glad to meet many of my former students. And I'm also very happy that the Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university spared his time to be present in this inaugural function, and he also shared his concerns about the status of media in the present context. I'm also very grateful to the Dean Professor Purnima Devi, am I right? Yes. Namaskar, madam. To be present, and I'm sure she will also benefit us with his experienced wisdom. And it's also a matter of great pleasure that teachers, students and scholars have gathered here to deliberate upon a subject which exercises the mind of not only the media teachers or media professionals, practitioners, students or scholars, but also of the common man. All over the world, whether it is an underdeveloped society or a developing society or a developed, highly developed society, the social systems are worried about what is happening in media and because of media. They produce moments of happiness. They create a sense of achievement in the minds of the people many a times. But the media also creates anxieties, uncertainties. So, the people all over are worried about it. They want to talk about it, they want to discuss it, and they want to find the solutions. And the onus of finding the solutions, the onus of tuning the entire societal communication system with the society and with the future vision of the society lies with none other than the media scholars, teachers, and the media practitioners. This is a very welcome responsibility for all of us who have gathered here. The fraternity of media students, scholars, teachers, and practitioners. This is a welcome opportunity for all of us, because the sociologists tell us that the change is the only constant in life. It is always changing. The options for the human society are only two. Either they let the changes take place by themselves, as in many cases, the changes have themselves found their path. The second option is, for a wise society, for a learned society, for an enlightened society, they take stock of the entire thing and then decide what is the next step for the society and how the communication system that includes all kind of media can help us to achieve the societal goals. That two options are there, and when these two options are there, the scholars in the field of mass communication can help the society to charter a path for itself. So today, I asked your head of department, Dr. Leelapati, how much time I have to speak. And she is my student and she knows that I can talk for very long classes. So first she said, as long as you want. And then she said that about 30 minutes. So she restricted me. So I will try to say my things within 30 or 35 minutes, if you all allow me. I'm going to talk about the biology of communication, the biology of media, and then relate it to the sociology of media, very briefly. Dear friends, imagine the newborn infant of few animals. Imagine in your minds, like say the mosquito, like the spider, like the fish, like the toad or frog, like the crocodile, like the lizard, bird, crow, pigeon, dog, cow, lion, monkey, and then man. Imagine the newborn of all these. Do you find some difference? Do you find a process of change? In all other animals, other than the mammals, the newborn is autonomous right from the point of birth. A fish lays eggs, eggs hatch into new fish, and new fish doesn't require the looking after by other fish. Same with the toad, same with the frog. Only in reptiles it started that they lay their eggs at given places. They prepare the place to lay their eggs, But once the eggs hatch out, it is reported in the literature that the female is so hungry that she can eat one of its own child in crocodiles and reptiles. In birds, they start building their nests, lay their eggs, look after their eggs. After the chicks come out, they look after the chicks also. So after some time, the chicks are autonomous. In mammals, the biology of mammal is such that the newborn has to be fed by the mother. The biology is that. But given the situation, human child is the most dependent newborn infant in the entire animal kingdom. Most dependent. Please think about it. And not taken care of the humans and was looked after by the wolves. And what was the product? You remember? You remember the story of Mowgli? You don't? Mowgli. If the humans are not around the child, then the human child does not grow into a human being, because for the human being, reproduction and other things. But mind it, for human beings, it is a fundamental basic need. We have to understand it, and it is not only a social need, it is a biological need. Second thing, I'll rush my ideas a little bit, but I'll leave some thought in your minds. Second thing is, gradually humans grew and they evolved and they developed. Humans have so many distinguished characters other than other animals. It is said they are the most evolved. Most evolved. They can use the thumb opposite to the hand. They are the only ones who can use. So they can use the tools. They can walk on the earth at right angles. Other animals are parallel to the earth. So many things. But most important is that humans are intellectuals. They have intellect, they have memory, they have the power of analysis, they have the power of retention, and they have the power of recall. But over the years, human beings experience that whatever the nature or the God has given to him or her has limitations. Human legs can't walk very fast, they can't walk very far. Human hands can do many things, but they cannot do so many other things. Human eyes can see so many things, but they cannot see many other things. And the humans felt that the human body has limitations, and because the humans had the intellect in their mind, they started extending their power of their body parts. The humans discovered wheels to extend the legs. They discovered weapons and tools to augment the functioning of their arms and the hands. It's a long story. If you are interested, please read Marshall McLuhan's books and the later books by other scholars. How the entire technology of human society is only and only an extension of human body parts in one form or another. Please read it and think over it. This is the biology of human beings, and this is the biology of technology which manifests itself in technology and sociology. Now, given these two things, that human beings cannot but communicate, they have to communicate, they cannot live without communication, human societies, individuals, and the humans have the capacity and the desire and the commitment to extend its functioning capabilities. So, the humans, like any other technologies in media technology, humans discovered the systems of audio recording and replaying. Like the legs, like the wheel is the extension of legs, the tools and the weapons are the extensions of our arms. The camera is the extension of our eyes. Those who are not here, through a camera they can watch and listen. Camera becomes the extension of our eyes. The audio and video equipments become the extensions of our eyes and ears. And what is this mobile and computer? Mobile and computers are the extension of our brain. The humans felt that at times its brain is not able to remember, store, process, recall, delete so many things. So to extend the capacity of the brain, the extension in the form of a computerized system grew, and today that computerized system is in our hands and in our pockets. So computer is an extension of our brain, and when computers get connected to each other, they become networked to each other. What is the product? That is an internet. Why do we have an internet according to this theory of Marshall McLuhan? Because we also feel that our networking, societal networking, is also limited by the given ज्ञानेन्द्रियास एंड कर्मेंद्रियास. हमारे जो 5 सेंसेस हैं, आईज, ears, tongue, skin and smelling, their extension comes in the form of internet. So when internet, camera, telephony, they all combine together, we create a system of networking of human beings, which otherwise, if these technologies were not there, they would be limited. They would have a limited networking capacities. But with the new technologies which man discovered, not by accident, but by the man's strong desire to extend its capabilities, the whole system of networking by satellite, networking by wireless, wired networking, internet, telephony, television, all these combined together get condensed into a small gadget called mobile telephone. This has created a landscape. We are talking of the landscape where the distance is dead. The physical distance is dead because of these technologies. We are connected to thousands of miles away. We are connected to even our astronauts who travel to the other space. Because of this technology, we are able to connect with them. please, for a minute, imagine the world in which your parents lived and the world in which you live. आपके पेरेंट्स की दुनिया कितनी बड़ी थी, आपकी दुनिया कितनी बड़ी है. Compare it, and within last 10-15 years, the world, the entire game field, the field where an individual plays the game of his life or her life, has expanded so much, it has become infinite. So geographically the landscape is infinite. And that landscape is not only in size infinite, in connectivity also it is infinite. So sociologically, the biology of human beings, the biology of the evolution of biology of human beings has created a system where human beings have become interconnected and interdependent. And dear friend, this is not a new thing. The 3rd century Indian philosopher Nagarjuna, who studied all Veds and Purans and Upanishads and also was the disciple of Mahatma Buddha, he talks about it, this interconnectivity and interdependence, and he uses a term called Pratitasya Samutpad. Pratitasya Samutpad, that means the human beings are not only interdependent but they are also interconnected. He talks in the realm of spiritualism, where he talks about I am Atma, you are Atma, and you and me belong to the same Paramatma. That is the philosophy of all thought processes. And this interdependence and interconnectivity has reached its maximum manifestation today, and it is expanding. You know it is expanding. We are the generations, especially the younger generation, the boys and the girls who are the students or scholars. They are the most fortunate persons of the human society who have witnessed a gigantic revolution that went silently. And they saw that the entire humanity which is intrinsically, which is by nature interdependent and interconnected spiritually, that society, that human society becomes interconnected physically as well by these new technologies. It started with printing technology. Today we have newspapers, magazines still surviving, and they will survive. You have sound transmission, you have video transmission, you have audio-video transmission. All these technologies coupled with satellite technology, wireless technology, and many others, and to the extent that in the realm of communication between two persons, between one and one, within one and many, and within many and one, every 15 minutes there is a new app that is being developed, that comes out for the use of it. That is the inner hunger of the human society today, that this landscape of interdependence and interconnectivity and the hunger for sharing the experiences, knowledge and wisdom of others, and also sharing the knowledge, information and wisdom of myself with others, is so much, this desire is so much today in every human being that we wish to be more connected. We want more WhatsApp groups. We want more tweets. We want to be more on Instagram. We want to be we have new platforms, OTT platforms. We want to say many things to the people, so we produce lot of programs, not only feature films. We produce 15 seconds clips, we produce 30 minutes clips, we produce short films, documentary films, long films, more than 3 hours films, serials, everything. This is the expression of the desire that each one of you has as a human being to express yourself and to share the expression of others. It is not one way, but it is two way. And that, my dear friends, is the landscape of today. And we are not only the witness of this change, we are the actors of this change. We are the performers of this change. We are the catalysts of this change. We are the main heroes and heroines of this change, because every time you tweet, you contribute to this change. Every time you download a new app to edit a video, every time you start learning to debunk the fake news, every time you analyze the deep fake, you contribute to it, because ultimately, individually and collectively, all human beings want peace, want progress. And that is the challenge before us. The landscape that has developed, that some of our forefathers helped to create, printing and telephony and television, etc. But we have made the maximum use in our generation, and the situation that has been created is an ideal situation. But the question is, what next? What next? If the landscape is so positive, it has so much of potential, it can create an ideal society. This connectivity that we have today, this capacity of each one of us. About 30 years ago, I was not in a position to communicate to, let us say, 5,000 people, because I was not a journalist. Only a journalist could do that. Only a person who could publish in a newspaper or a magazine could reach large number of people. Only a person who could go to a radio station and talk could reach a number of people. Normal citizens did not have that capacity or that technology available. Today, even a laborer who is maybe less educated or uneducated is able to send a message to a WhatsApp group that because of Corona, he has started walking from Gurugram to Patna, and he keeps his family updated and sends messages to his friends wherever he is going to reach, so that the friends can give him food and water. This is the capacity that a citizen, an ordinary citizen, a citizen which comes in the category of poor, who comes in the category of deprived. He has that capacity today, and it has the capacity to the leader of the nation, where a person can force. If you have read the book 1984 by George Orwell, you would know that you can also be forced to watch and listen to and read, which you don't want to do it. You are forced to do that also. No, that is a scenario in which we are growing, which we have grown, and now it is from biology we come to sociology, and in sociology, we come to a new science. If there are teachers and scholars here, I want them to please note it. There is a new science called communicology. Some people 50 years ago also talked about it, but today it has become a new science which has both biological and social sciences basis. दीन साहब के ध्यान में ला रहा हूं कि एक नया विषय आने वाला है, आ चुका है, कम्युनिकोलॉजी. इसको हिंदी में कहेंगे संचार शास्त्र. संचार शास्त्र और संवाद शास्त्र. In English it is communicology, and communicology starts with the biology of human beings and ends with the psychology of an individual. It combines all these things. And what next in communicology, when any science has the capacity to forecast what is going to happen next. That is the property of the science, and that science tells us, when we study all this communicology, in the biological terms it says the evolution of Homo sapiens is on. It has not stopped. When the evolutionists say that human beings are the most evolved species of this universe, it does not mean that the process which brought out the Homo sapiens is not stopped. The Homo sapiens are also to evolve into some other form as well. It's logical. It's logical and it is scientific, because from Neanderthal man, from Homo pithecus, it became Homo sapiens, and from Homo sapiens something new is going to evolve. It is, the process is on. And you know, if you have read the books of Harari, a Jew who wrote a book on the history of Homo sapiens, then he wrote a new book, and he has recently written another book in which the landscape of today's communication has been outlined very I would say efficiently. He talks about a new species of human beings. The title of his book is Homo Deus. Homo Deus. You know what is the meaning of Homo Deus? Deus is the word for gods. In Hindi and in Sanskrit and in other languages, I am sure in Manipur also, there must be a phraseology which tells us what is the purpose of human life. And in human life, in our Puranas and Vedas and Ishtas, they say, Nar se Narayan. Have you heard of it? Nar se Narayan. And this man says, Homo sapiens to Homo Deus. And Homo Deus is nothing but Narayan. The options given in our philosophy, the humans have been given two options. Manav, Danav bhi ban sakta hai. The humans can de-evolve into the devils, and the humans can also evolve into a better human beings, which are Homo Deus. And that is the subject of research for communicologists. That is the subject of research for all of us. That is the subject of our discussion in the departments of mass communication, journalism, communication, media. This is the subject of research of the seminars and dear friends, the entire world of communication, teaching and research is grappling with this idea. My question to you, all scholars of mass communication, teachers, is, can you take a lead and present a different scenario to the world of evolution of Homo sapiens to Homo Deus. Can you imagine, can you imagine tomorrow's landscape where you talk of the landscape of Homo Deus? Can you work on it? It's very easy, because we are very fortunate to have a very, very rich heritage in which all these things have been given to us. You have only to search our old traditional knowledge system. You have to search into Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra. You have to search into, many of you would not be knowing that Narad has written 84 Bhakti Sutras. Each Bhakti Sutra is the principle of human communication. He talks about the communication between the God and the Bhakt, and that sutra, that principle, that siddhant, that theory, that paradigm works for media and human communication also. Please, if you want to go further, read Narad's Bhakti Sutras, 84 Bhakti Sutras. Please read Vakyapada. Vakyapada is the science of words and sentences and paragraphs. It is 1000 years old, but it talks about when you Ashtadhyayi, when you want to talk about the impact of the words, meanings of the words, connotated meanings of the words, the best science is available in Patanjali's Ashtadhyayi grammar. We are fortunate to have this heritage with us, and we are fortunate to be living in an era where we can look into the past, analyze the present, and take a path for the future. We are so much lucky. Everyone in this world is lucky that he or she lives in this era, but we who live in this part of the country are richer, are more fortunate, because we have a very rich tradition in us. I'll just give you an example. One of the sutras in Ved says, Shabd Brahm bhi hai aur Shabd Brahma bhi hai. Shabd Brahm bhi hai, the word is also a myth, and the word is also a god. And for this also, in Gita, in Adhyay 10, Shlok 35, Shri Krishna talks about communication. The Shlok starts like this: Sarganam adish antat madhyam chaivam Arjun Adhyatma vidya vidyanam vadaha pravadata maham. He says that everything, like communication, has no beginning, it has no middle, and it has no end. Those who are familiar with the models of communication, please refer to the Frank Dance's model of helical spiral. Sushil knows it. Leelapati ko bhi maine padhaya hai. Frank Dance model of helical spiral. It has no beginning, and it has no end, and it has no middle. Like communication, like God, like this earth, Sanatan. Now, like that, it has no beginning, no end, and in addition to the physical sciences, in addition to the social sciences, there is another science which is the science of the spirit. Vidyanam, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Sabhi Vidyaon mein se, above all knowledges, is the knowledge of spirituality, is the knowledge of yourself, the knowledge of I amness. Who am I? That is the most important knowledge, and most important for all of us, he says, Vadaha Pravadata Maham. Means, Vad karne se, baatcheet karne se, by creating a dialogue, when you reach a solution, that is the final truth, and that is me. Krishna says, when you create a dialogue, honestly, pursue the dialogue honestly, listen to everyone, accepts good things, rejects bad things, and reach to a conclusion, and that truth is the God. Vadaha pravadata maham. That means वाद करने से, संवाद बनाने से जो सत्य निकलता है, जो उसमें से नवनीत निकलता है, जो उसमें से बटर निकलता है, वो दैट इज द ट्रूथ, एंड दैट अल्टीमेट ट्रूथ इज द गॉड. This is the philosophy that communicology has to pursue, and it has to present it to the rest of the world. There is a warning also, my dear friends, what I am talking about, entire world of philosophers know about it. In America, 128 universities have started looking into the traditional Indian knowledge system. 128 universities, billions of dollars are being given to them to look into the ancient Indian scriptures and find out the science and technology from there. You know it. In Europe, every university has a department of Indic studies. Africa, 17 universities are studying Indian scriptures. Russia and Germany are the pioneers in studying Indian scriptures. They are studying it. Are we studying it? We understand our scriptures more than Max Muller understood. Max Muller, after studying Vedas, he said it is nothing but the songs of the shepherds. But we know, and he, at the end part of his life, he agreed that he was misguided to understand Vedas, and he said the Vedas were the most ancient and most rich source of information and knowledge in the world. Now everyone else is keen to look into those scriptures. If we fail to do that, then they will do it. Structure and also the theory of atomic fission and fusion and creation of a lot of energy. He has given it, and the world is now understanding it. I am not name the person who got a Nobel Prize. His university has today, and scholars of mass communication, media communication, journalism, etc., etc. Are we prepared to do that? I would invite all of you to join us in creating a science of communicology. We are writing few books on communicology. Whosoever is interested to contribute, please contact with us. If you are interested to look into the traditional knowledge system and also to understand the present status of the knowledge about human communication, and you want to create a combination of the two and create new knowledge system under the banner of, under the umbrella of communicology, you are all welcome. Please join us. Last, I would like to read a quotation which I read yesterday when I was traveling to Imphal. It's a small thing, but I found it very interesting, and all of you should carefully listen to it. He says, utterance is magic. बोलना जादू है. कुछ भी बोलना, कहना, कुछ भी कहना एक जादू है. Words do have power. Words are not powerless. Words are not innate. They have the power. Words are events. Every word is an event. Every word that I am saying is an event. Every movement of eye that you are giving to me is an event. Every comfortable or welcome gesture you are making is an event for me. Words are events, and they do things. They do things, change things, they do things, they change things. they transform both speaker and the listener. It is not that when you communicate with others that you change the receiver. हमारी जो आज की थ्योरी हमें बताती है, you influence the listener, audience को. But this theory says that they transform both speaker and the hearer. They feed energy. Words have energy. And they feed energy back and forth. जैसे while I am speaking to you, you may or may not be getting any energy or any information, but when I am speaking, I am getting energy. I'm feeling energy because I am speaking to a very intelligent audience. I find that all of you are very attentively listening to me, and that gives me energy. And it says they amplified words, the energy that the words share with each other, that energy is also amplified. Because when you are listening to me or I am listening to you, you are working, your mind is working, and that word, that sentence, that idea is getting amplified. And when you talk about it to others, maybe in the classroom, then it gets further amplified. They feed understanding and emotions back and forth. अगर आप सेमेटिक्स को पढ़ते हो और इसमें वर्ड्स के मीनिंग्स और उसको पढ़ते हो, उसको आप शायद पढ़ाते ही होंगे क्लास में. They feed understanding and emotions back and forth and amplify it. मीनिंग्स को भी एम्पलीफाई करते हैं, इमोशंस को भी एम्पलीफाई करते हैं. दिस परहैप्स इज द बेसिक understanding of the entire communication process, for which human beings are specially gifted by either by the God or by the nature or by both, and that gift gives us an opportunity, a challenge to help the entire Homo sapien species from one level to another level, and also to prevent the movement from Manav to Danav, from human beings to devils. I think I feel greatly honored to be here and speak my mind. Speak my mind. I have been talking like this to so many scholars, and we have a group of about 67 scholars who we have agreed to work together to work on a Bharatiya paradigm of human communication to rest of the world, right? And to us also. So I am very grateful to Madam. I am grateful to Dr. Leelapati. I am also grateful to Sushil, who coordinate all this. My old friend is also here, and I think I have some my grand students also here, because my 4 or 5 my students are here, and their students are also here, so they become my grand students. Thank you, students. Thank you for listening to me, and if you have any questions, if the chair permits, that you can ask now or we can discuss it later. Thank you so much. Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, Professor B.K. Gudhyala, former Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your in-depth knowledge in the field of communication. And moving on with our program, now we have a presidential speech, and I would like to call Head of Department of Mass Communication, Manipur University, Dr. R.K. Lila. Sorry. Now we will be having another speech by guest of honor. And I would like to call Our guest of honor, Dean School of Social Science, Manipur University, Professor T.H. Purnima Devi, to share a few words.
Professor B.K. Khonthang, former Vice Chancellor of Khonthang Chaturbedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal, and Madam Madhu Khonthang, and Head of the Department, Dr. Lilavati, Department of Mass Communication, Manipur University, and respected invitees, delegates, research scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen. Today, at the very outset, I, on behalf of the School of Social Sciences, proudly extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable former Vice Chancellor, Professor Khonthang, is being with us. By his presence, we are opening a new chapter in the universe of knowledge, I should say. So by professors, the topic, human biology of human. Sir, we are very, it's eye-opener for us, all of us. After listening to your, the discussion or the expressions, what you have taught us will really remain with us as a human being, how we connected with the tradition and modernity. So thank you so much, sir, for your presence with us with this moment of today. The event, the deliberation, which is organized by Department of Mass Com under the theme Changing Media Landscapes and Society. Changing media landscapes and society. So much so think we had to discuss on these parameters. I do hope that we have a handful of resource persons in the this media fraternity, and also I'm very grateful the resource persons with us, for sharing their ideas in this modern perspective, the landscape, how it is being changed. The friends, I don't have to discuss more about the changing scenario. The dynamic landscape of the 21st century, as we know, is all these changings are characterized by rapid technological advancement and the pervasive influence of social networking. We find ourselves immersed in what is often termed the knowledge society. So friends, we are reaching to the knowledge society. So as Professor Khonthang has spoken about, we have the knowledge system in 1,000 years back. Let us retrospect, let us go to that and try to understand our knowledge system. So with this paradigm, what we have, concepts like knowledge product, knowledge economy, knowledge audit, information audit or academic audit gain prominence. So let me just highlight a few words in the realm of higher education. So we are workers, the knowledge workers, the knowledge producers. So we are working in the higher education sector. So for us, it becomes imperative to not only generate new knowledge through rigorous research, but also to cultivate multifaceted literacy. The literacy, what type of literacy in the 21st century, we need to understand that. As a scholar, as a faculty members, as a student, as a human being, because we have to face the challenges posed by the technology. It's not like that you are an educated person, you need to understand only the whatever, the social networking, but so we need to understand the multifaceted literacy, embracing media literacy, network literacy, digital literacy, and information literacy. Moreover, fostering a mindset characterized by collaboration, connectivity, critical thinking, and creativity is paramount. Okay, we have everything with us. In one click, you can see the whole global scenario, what is happening in everywhere in this planet. And on one side, the knowledge workers are producing the knowledge in what is tremendous in the science and technology. But in social science, a little bit slower, but in field of science and technology, it is booming. But at this point of time, what type of information we need to filter? There are so many knowledge workers, knowledge producers, and we have the product in the form of books, in the form of articles, in the form of reports, and how to monitor that is the great challenges for us. Almost every day we have been hearing the fake news, and next moment the clarification that is wrong or whatever, So also social networking you cannot control. It is ever evolving and ever growing, and no one can control. But human, we are human, we have the capability to think over it, and that is very important aspect of life. That is what we call, another term, lifelong learning. You can learn, the human beings can adapt and learn many things. So I will not take too much of your time. It is already late, I believe, for your next technical session. But one point I want to highlight, the evaluation of these competencies. The competencies is very important. If you are not competent enough, how you are going to change the society? Competency, you have to have very the competent kind of skill. So these competencies plays a pivotal role in monitoring research achievements and societal participation. In this perspective, media has a great role to play by understanding these skills. You have to very critical thinking, creativity, connectivity, then collaboration. So the media fraternity is very important, as Professor had stated, in many ways. So you have to be very skilled, what to say, you have to have the life skills. So I will not take too much of time, so I must, in conclusion, I anticipate that this national conference will be fruitful and productive endeavor with its outcomes, be volumes, articles, or reports, providing invaluable to academicians and policymakers. As the fourth pillar of democracy, media and journalism hold immense sway, and this deliberation empowered the Department of Mass Communication to make a meaningful contribution to society. And also we have a very bad situation for the last few months. We all are facing a lot of, in a very moment of crisis, and so many unrest. So, people are affected, and in connection with that, the department, Mass Communication Department, had taken very commendable job. That project on documentation and rehabilitation of internally displaced persons of Manipur in the present crisis. The report also, being released by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, that was in the month of September 2023. So I must congratulate the Department of Mass Communication for contributing, the reports and whatever, this platform, the deliberation and seminars. For that, I'm very grateful to the department also, and also to the faculty members and students. We must always remember we are knowledge workers, and we need to understand what type of knowledge we are going to gather. And content analysis is very important. Myself, being from the library and professional science, the documentation is very important aspect of your life, the media fraternity. And also, the content, whatever you have collected information, there should be, very authentic kind of thing. You cannot manipulate the truth. You should be truthful to yourself. And I wish this seminar a grand success, and I wish you all the best. And this seminar and deliberations will be a fruitful and productive one, and it will come out as a, as a knowledge product. As a knowledge product, the product which carries full of, the quality information. That is very important, because we are talking about nowadays the knowledge economy. The economy, directly or indirectly, it is the buzzword for this 21st century, knowledge worker and knowledge production. The value knowledge production is very much required. And with these few words, I congratulate the Department of Mass Comm, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean, School of Social Science, Manipur University, Professor T.H. Purnima-Devi, for sharing a few words. Now we'll be continuing with our program, and I would like to call on our Head of Department of Mass Communication, Manipur University, Dr. R.K. Labati Devi, for your presidential speech.
So, respected guest of honor, Professor B.K. Kotiala, former Vice Chancellor Makhanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Mass Communication, Bhopal, and our guest of honor, Professor T.S. Purnima Devi, Dean School of Social Sciences, Manipur University, and our respected chief guest, Professor N. Lokendra Singh, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University, who has left this function due to an important function. I, on behalf of Department of Mass Communication, express heartfelt gratitude to be able to make this conference happen today. It's been a long wish for all of us in our department that we should have a national conference in our department. And with the gratitude with the kind gesture of our Vice Chancellor, N. Lokendra Singh, Professor N. Lokendra Singh, he has kindly consented to conduct this conference. So I express my heartfelt gratitude to Professor N. Lokendra Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University. And I also express my gratitude, love, and affection for our teacher, Honorable Professor B.K. Kothiala, who has come all the way from Chandigarh along with his mistress, Madam Madhulika. And coming to the topic of changing media landscape in society, in this conference we are going to have a rigorous academic discourse on the effects of media on society, especially culture, religion, and the other emotional effects on the human being. And in this conference we are going to have 6 technical sessions. And in these 6 technical sessions, we are going to have 2 technical sessions before the lunch, and the 3 technical sessions before the lunch, and after the lunch, we are going to have 3 technical sessions. And I hope this conference will have a rigorous academic discourse for all of us, and it will be a very exciting conference for all of us. And many, around 52 presenters have submitted their full papers, and here we have selected around 32 papers to be presented in the conference. And they belong to different streams of social sciences like literature, political science, sociology, and even fine arts. And I hope this conference will be an exciting conference academically. And with this, I come to the end of my short speech as a presidential, for presidential speech. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, HOD of Mass Communication, Dr. R.K. Lilabati Devi, for your presidential speech. We're coming to the end of our inaugural program, and before we end, I propose Assistant Professor, Department of Mass Communication, Manipur University, Dr. N. Rohin Kanta Singh, to deliver a word of thanks.
Thank you so much. It's indeed a great privilege that we finally to present the whole National Conference on Media Landscapes, Changing Media Landscapes and Society. In fact, we have had a very enriching, the words of wisdom from our honorable chief guest of honors, and President indeed. And I felt that this platform will also assure and open up certain avenues, to understand and to justify the power of media, as well as the information disorder, the misuses, the power of media, the abuses, the power of media, and the whole idea of a business of a journalist is to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. And we see the whole, the information disorder that we have been facing, the prevailing around, the whole ills that has been prevailing around the mainstream national media, which we really has to go parallel with the academicians and the industry experts, where we have to justify the whole discourses of misinformation, disinformation, the malinformation, you know, the whole idea of this whole disorder of information, right? The everything has been looming larger than the life now. The idea of fake news, you know, the impersonation, hacking, freaking, fraudulence, right? You know, this is something which we actually has to curb, right? To minimize the intensity of certain media violence and how it occurs. You know, that is what the whole idea, you know, the whole idea of sending avenues, right? What kind of avenues? Will it be give a credibility, you know, to the whole practices of journalism, not especially only in the context of northeastern India, but as well as the mainstream Indian media, right? The whole interface that we felt that we strongly felt that it should have an interface between the academicians, the media experts, the media studies, the media academicians, as well as the media practitioners. This is where we try to execute for a long time, but fortunately, our Honorable VC, along with our our esteemed colleagues and our students, would finally had displayed tried to pull the thread, you know, that binds together. We are so thankful to all the participants and especially the presenters who have been sending a couple of those the renowned universities, especially the Jawaharlal Nehru University, and indeed from the Tezpur University, and again to name a few, from Delhi University we have a presenters from Rajiv Gandhi Central University, Arunachal, and also from all the private and the corporate universities. We indeed received 60 abstracts. It was very difficult, very hard for us to select. But somehow, we are very unfortunate that we cannot let them present the whole 60 presenters because of the time frame and because of the schedule that we have met at one day. So this we are very unfortunate because we turned it down in the context of our theme and the sub-theme. However, I felt I should acknowledge all the presenters, all the author who have, you know, relentlessly worked in the whole idea of this media landscape and society, and indeed the communication revolution that has been prevailing across the social media domain, you know, and we talked about the whole idea of the Internet of Things, you know, the IoT so-called, the cloud computing now, the data journalism, the artificial intelligence that we all try to cover up in this platform, and we indeed, this one-day national seminar will showcase all this academic excellence, and we look forward to have an enriching academic conclave. And I thank you so much to all of you, and especially to the August gatherings, to our respected chief guest, our president, and the guest of honor. And thank you so much. And we should all have a dazzling and an enriching conference. Thank you. This is me, Rohan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Assistant Professor, Department of Mass Communication, Manipur University, Dr. N. Rohin Kanta Singh, for your vote of thanks. And that's the end of our inaugural function. We will be having a 15 minutes break, and then after that we'll be continuing with our technical session, that plenary session, after 15 minutes.